Welcome to the ultimate showdown between Jessica Tarlov and Greg Gutfeld. I don't think I have to tell you who's going to win this one, but it's going to be fun to watch. I'm John Mike Keene.
The most interesting person to me was Karen Pence, who would not look up at Trump. She was head down. Like, if you think that my husband should have been hanged for certifying the election results, I have no time for you. You know, Mike Pence obviously got up and shook hands, but those are my takeaways.
Interesting.
Greg Gutfeld's just getting warmed up. We're going to give Jessica Tarlov a little more rope to work with.
COVID and injecting bleach into...
Oh, come on. That's a hoax.
We're talking
no one
about
said injecting bleach. Please look it up. Please look it up.
Okay, Lysol?
We'll do it in real time.
The wrong product?
No. It never happened.
It never happened.
You are
literally
living in a delusion right now.
Oh.
That never was said. Do the research.
Okay.
No one ever said injecting bleach. Look it up. It's been debunked. That's just like the fine people hoax.
The problem is Jessica Tarlov works on Fox News, but gets all of her news from MSNBC.
I wanted clarity from President Biden on the bullseye comment. We'll watch the Lester Holt interview with interest. Nobody who's being an honest broker can possibly believe that the Democratic rhetoric is the problem here. So if the issue is that we're saying all the time that he's like Hitler and he's a threat to democracy, and by the way, J.D. Vance has also said that he's like Hitler, and I guess he's redeemed now. But Donald Trump sent a fundraising email just last week that said Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. And only one of these candidates has inspired people who sent pipe bombs to leading Democrats across the country, who has inspired mass shooters. Talk about firing up the base. Donald Trump has been doing that since 2016. Remember when he said the Second Amendment people could take care of it? Right when he was talking about Hillary Clinton abolishing the Second Amendment and she'll get to appoint judges. He talked about, remember that congressman from Montana who body slammed a reporter and he said, he's my type. He retruthed or whatever it was, a video of Joe Biden hogtied.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Your
hilarious.
examples are so tiny.
No.
The Democratic rhetoric and the Republican rhetoric isn't the problem. The problem is the Democrat voters are more dangerous than Republican voters and more prone to violence.
We're talking about an attempted assassination that left a man dead. The shooter groomed and incentivized by a drumbeat of demonization.
You have no idea what that
call people You can call people Hitler all you want, but you have to ask yourself, why would you? You have a right to say whatever you want. Why would you?
I would never.
You cannot pretend that you did not know where it would lead. Trump laughs about a picture of a hogtied Joe Biden on the back of a pickup truck. That is not demonization. That is a meme.
It's a meme, and it's also not followable. There was no threat to Joe Biden being hogtied and thrown in the back of a pickup truck. So, of course, it's a joke. But there was real danger in Donald Trump being taken out by a lunatic Democrat.
She's released illegals who reoffend. I don't think she's done much in terms of cop killers, in terms of pushing the death penalty. Men care about this stuff. Maybe it's biological, but shouldn't women care as well? How come women don't care? I think they do, but they've been told to care about one thing, and that is abortion. But thankfully, the Supreme Court and Trump have decoupled abortion, right? It's not a national issue anymore. It's off the table. So women don't have to be the single issue voter anymore. They don't have to ignore crime, immigration, inflation, energy, education, all of these huge issues, what we would call the rest of the world. You don't have to just vote based on what Planned Parenthood demands of you. You know, he's already said he's against the national ban.
And in hindsight, that issue ended up not being a big number one issue, even among Democrat voters, maybe among a small percentage of female Democrat voters, but not among all even female voters who went for Trump.
So a vote for or against Trump from a woman has no impact on the issue of abortion. Has no impact. The Dems don't want you to know that. They're very reductive. If you're a woman, how insulting is that? How stereotypical is that? That you can't think about inflation, that you can't think about foreign policy. Ooh, that's not important. It's my right to choose. It's not on the table.
Well, why did Trump flip-flop on it?
Dana.
He never did.
He did last week on how he's going to vote on Florida.
I just told you.
He said he knows that a 6-week abortion ban is draconian. And then when I guess he heard from his big donors, he said, you know what, I'm just going to let it go.
That wasn't because he heard from his big donors. That's because he definitely divorced himself from the issue. I think he should have kept the issue.
That's like playing in the weeds. What I'm talking about right now is the issue is decoupled from the election.
Right. It's not an issue in terms.
And of course, let us know down in the comments below what you think. That's more important than what I think. I'm John Mike Keene.